this is about BPD, and it's something I actually have a lot of experience with. So BPD, the reason I'm doing this video is I see a lot of girls, and usually between 18 to 24, and they're going, I have BPD, and they're putting these cute little posts up thinking it's cute. You're an asshole. You're a pile of shit. It is not cute. There is nothing positive about having BPD, and you do not have BPD. You're a liar and an attention seeker. And I'll tell you why. Because BPD is very, very, very rarely diagnosed correctly. And when it is diagnosed correctly, it is a serious mental health condition. I will give you an example of someone who there was a sexual relationship going on who had BPD, and this is not an insult of the person at all. It is an example of some of the things you will experience with BPD from the male's perspective. If you're with a female, even as a friend, not even if you're in a relationship with them, just as a friend. Obviously, if it's a relationship, it could be far more. So here's a few things. One, if that individual wakes up at 6 in the morning, they will ring you at 6 in the morning. You will have to explain that you work. You might work till 2 a.m. They don't understand this. It does not grasp. This is part of the condition. It's like, you can look this up properly, especially on the US cases that are done much more efficiently than the UK ones, and you will see that is it. In the case of mine, the person, two things will happen. They will either get really angry, or in the case of the individual with me, they will get really upset and think you're not their friend anymore. You don't like them anymore. If you're in a relationship with them, they'll think you don't want them anymore, even though you're not up at 6 a.m. So the way I combated this with the individual was, you can message me at 6 a.m, that is perfect, and when I wake up, I'll reply back to you. Now, you could guarantee by the time I'd woke up around 8:30, 9 o'clock, there would be 40, 50, 60 messages on there. Now, we think that's not the worst thing. It does mean the case. Yes, it does mean the case. It's not. I'm just giving you examples of stuff you need to be prepared for. So that's one thing. Even though there was a workaround there, then you reply back and they'll talk to you. Yep, okay, perfect. The second thing is when you say you're back late. So an example being, what time do you finish work? 7 o'clock. Okay, what time do you think you'll be back? About 7:30. If you're not back at 7:30, their way of reacting to that will be anger. You must be cheating on them. You must not be their friend anymore. Do you see where this is going with? If you're that, because they have what they call a favourite person. And they will think that. Now, in the case, yes, I was able to, again, sort this, which is that if I'm busy, but I'll talk to you as soon as I can, like explain the situation. If they're local, they still won't understand that. So if I didn't reply at 7:30 in the case of mine, because they believe that I wasn't going to mistreat them and be a bad friend, and I didn't see them this way, at 8 o'clock, they would assume that I must have been in a car accident because I haven't replied to them. There must be a reason. It couldn't be I'm delayed at work or anything. No, I must be dead, because otherwise Chris would reply. And they'd ring stuff up and they'd get in touch with everyone. That is just part of it. Here's the other thing. Self-doubt all the time on themselves. So that starts with it where they'll go, oh, when you might think that's a bit attention-seeking, but that part genuinely. Lies. And the lies are next level. They're known liars. That is just part of the condition. And the lies will be very, very stupid. And the lies will be like this. Hey, Chris, when I went out yesterday, I saw your mate Matthew. Oh, shit, did you? Yeah, okay. I'll see Matthew tomorrow. Nah, never saw her. Never saw her. Oh, when I was out and went to the shops, I saw my ex-boyfriend, and he was saying, oh, I'm really happy for you, and how you doing? Oh, that's good, isn't it? Yep, she never saw her ex-boyfriend. And all these little lies will add up. The next thing they do, they want you to be their favourite person. So it's very common they won't want other people to like you, or they won't want you more likely to like other people. So they'll say something like, you know what I didn't like earlier? And you go, what? Well, when you was in the gym, blah, 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 this guy, and the point I got, for example, it'll be some of your friends, okay, he was making fun of your voice and stuff. An example of mine. What he was, like a joke? No, he was saying like he gives you proper shit and you take it. So what happens? You confront this guy. No, bro, I won't say that, he's never said that. And, well, that sounds small things. This will add up in bigger things, like your mum said this, your brother said that. Do you see where I'm going here? So then, obviously, all your family starts disliking them because the lies are big, but it won't stop there. They will get jealous of things. They might get jealous of an 11-year-old daughter. You spend a lot of time, you should do that, they'll get jealous of that. Then they are usually accompanied, a very common thing, a lot of people won't like that I've said this, but you can tell statistically, a lot of them end up losing their kids because they're very abusive towards children and vulnerable people because they have anger problems. So having stuff smashed, broke, violence, etc., is all a big part of it. it also accompanies that if they do drugs, they can't just go out on a Saturday night once a month and go, or have a little drink. They become alcoholics, like they'll want to drink every day because they want that feeling. The sniff one will quickly become, let's get a spoon and turn it, I want to do a sniff every day, and we'll take, you see where I'm going here, because they're very addictive people. So when someone tries to glamorize, I'm BPD, no, someone with BPD won't just go, well, someone with BPD will go to the police and say, you've done a sexual assault on her, because she thinks you've talked to a girl, then they're literally, I think it's something like out of every 10 false allegations, any 10 allegations, they will do, I think 7 of them come in America from people with BPD that are false. What does that tell you? That is a small thing. It's common for them to turn up to the house stalking. Now, BPD isn't like a normal thing where, let's say, me and you broke up, and you go, you did really like me, I really like you. After 2 or 3 months, guys start giving you attention, you know, you get, fuck off, Chris, you go with another guy, you know, yeah, I'm getting, and you move on. With BPD, they can come back for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years and be obsessed. And all that like they had for you, when you do separate, it becomes hatred. So and they're known for being obsessive. So it's like, for example, Chris went and bought a new car. Ooh, why has Chris got a new car? Why has he got a new car? Yeah, Matt not spoke to him in a year. I want to smash Chris's car. I want to. Do you see where I'm going with this? Chris has got a girlfriend now. I knew him 4 years ago. I'll message his girlfriend now, but all stuff like that. So BPD is not something to be glamorized. And I'm still friends with a girl who has BPD. She's a lesbian. And to quote herself, is the worst thing in the world because she knows she will never be able to have a relationship and she'll ruin them.